Hi, today I want to share with you how I fill my raised beds and why I kind of do it that way. Now, when it comes to filling raised beds, you're going to find a million and one ways to fill them, and a lot of it comes down to what your budget is, what materials you have to work with, as well as the size of your raised bed. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Kayla, and this is 5 Canadian Acres, where I focus on cold climate, short season gardening. These are the beds that we put in last year, and as you can see, they are fairly deep. They're probably about 2.5 feet. Most plants only need about 12 to 18 inches of soil to grow in. So if your bed is only 12 to 18 inches deep, you're going to want to fill it full up with good quality garden soil and compost. Resident local Canadian geese. As I was saying, you need at least 12 to 18 inches of good quality garden soil. If your beds are deeper than that, anything else below that, you can put in really any organic matter. How I fill my beds is kind of like a play off the lasagna style gardening where you have different layers, which is also very similar to hugelkultur, which is putting big things on the bottom and then you layer it up in order to have your bed. Again, a lot of this is going to depend on what you have access to. Being on 5 acres here with a lot of trees, I have a lot of wood, a lot of logs. I have filled this up. I have put the bigger logs on the bottom to kind of make a base, and then on top of that I put little sticks and twigs, and then on top of that I like to put smaller organic things. So you can put things such as straw, leaves. I have an old hay bale from when we had horses a couple of years ago, so I'm going to put that to good use, and I'll use that kind of as my middle layer. It's nice to have things that are smaller because they're going to break down quicker. This stuff on the bottom will not break down for quite a few years. But if you put some stuff in the middle, like the leaves and the straw or hay, it's going to break down a lot sooner. Now when I'm putting this on, I also like to kind of wiggle it in and try to get it in all of those little crevices the best I can. This kind of looks a little bit high, but once I put the soil on top of it, it will compress down and then I'll be able to get the 12-18 inches that I want. I don't have the soil to top this up yet. We're getting a load next week. But you kind of get the picture that basically this will be all topped up with the soil. One thing to note with this method is that the beds will settle and the soil is going to settle down because as it fills all those crevices and the rain washes things down, and as it starts to break down, it will get lower. So every year you are going to have to top up your beds. But this allows you to either spread the cost of that garden soil over a few years or even gives you a chance to make your own compost to be able to top it up with. I'll show you in these beds here that these beds were filled last year, and actually I used quite a bit of soil, but they have settled down quite a bit. So I am going to be topping these up with more soil this year. So if you're needing to fill some of your raised beds this year, I hope this helped you figure out a way to do it more economically and just gives you an idea of how they'll go over the years. As you can see, they do settle quite a bit. And if you don't have any raised beds, I highly recommend that you get a couple because it's a great way to extend the season in our colder climates with that short season. And you can check out a video I did last year where I compared in-ground gardening to raised bed gardening. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.